Hey yo, how you doing, guys? It's 1/5 for them boys, so you know what that means. We're here. It's me, the one AJ, representing the Ministry of Wrestling. But today, it's not about the MOW. Yes, guys, you know if I'm wearing another shirt, it means it's got to be something. I'm talking nothing but SCW, and you know what? It's not on me to talk SCW. Let's bring in the man himself, the CEO, the main man of SCW, the one and only Hunter Lawrence. How are you doing, Hunter? Hey, snap up in here.
Hey, geez, loving the intro, bro. Yes.
As I said, I'm in full disclosure. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Sadly, I will not be able to be at the SCW show. I'm gutted, but prior commitments. But I will be at the following show. But this is it. We've talked Hunter Lawrence, a name that has come up many times, and I rightfully so by the support I've heard. Your partner Tamara, a former wrestler doing awesome stuff in the acting world at the moment. The two of you come together, and out of something becomes SCW. What gave you guys the motivation to take it that step further, or being wrestling fans, being wrestlers, and saying we're going to start our promotion? What was the birth behind that? What ignited that for you guys?
So how it all started, really, Tamara's like family, they usually have like this annual event that has tournaments of games where we all get to have fun. And we were at this like venue where there was loads of like different many games options and whatnot, and there was like trophies, and I'm like, I want to win some trophies. I want to. There's there's darts, there's like pool, there's like the foosball as well, table tennis as well. There was a lot, yeah. Like they were doing like really like little tournaments like that, and which I thought was kind of cool. So they do that annually in different places and whatnot. But in that venue specifically, the one where I was at, there was just something about it. Like there was just like for me, because I always had the idea of wanting to do a wrestling show in my head, like for when I was younger. But I don't know if I was just like fantasizing or whatnot. And whatnot. Like, it's just something I didn't really think that was going to happen that any like sooner like it is now. But me and Tamara kind of looked at this venue and thought, what if we run a wrestling show here? Like, what if we run a wrestling show here? This would be such a cool place. Like, we put the ring there. There's like stage here where I'm sitting at. There's an audience there. Like, we were just kind of discussing it for fun. And the more we kept talking about it, the more like we got invested. And we were like, the more like we kept on talking about it, the more like it became more than just a possibility. It actually felt real. Like we had, and we it felt like we wanted to actually do something with this. And and this was like late 2023 as well, but probably like mid to late 2023 we were talking about this. So like we had like ideas, and we were like, we wanted to we were discussing what wrestlers do we want, what venue do we want to get, what place, what location, what's the and then yeah, like strangely enough, it felt like we were manifesting those things that were coming to us as well. And and like so the venues that we got from it, they called us. We didn't call them. They called us
Nice.
to because they, and because we were scrolling around at different for different venues and whatnot, and they called us. We've got like a load of wrestlers that were like interested in wanting to work with us already. And once we posted that first show, it became a buzz immediately. And I'm like, this is interesting. Like, oh, was not expecting that. I was not expecting that, because it was like, and with it being a London promotion as well, it makes it bigger as well. It makes it feel important. And South London, it was a great location for that, because I know that there's a lot of pro wrestling fans in South London too, and obviously everywhere else, obviously like everywhere other than South London, but like there was just like something specific about South London that had like its own like feel. It had its own feel to it, and so when we So like when we had that show, like we didn't know we were like stressed leading up to it because because this was our first show. This is like this is like like we didn't know what the ticket sales were going to be like. We didn't know if the rest was going to enjoy it being there. We didn't know if we were going to like essentially do well. But all those three things, it became the opposite of three of them. It got more buzz. It got like great attendance, and I was like everyone like performed really well like every match, and I was just amazed of how how well it did, and like me and Tanel were looking at each other like, this is us. This is our child now. This is our child. SCW is like our child. Like like we look at SCW and we like this is our baby. Like this is our thing, and this is what we want to keep doing. We want to keep delivering the best product as much as we can do. And I am so thankful for having this second show again, like Forged by the Fates. And we've got stacked cards. We've got we've got amazing wrestlers down there, and like we've honestly like it's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing to where we are now.
Honestly, look, as I said, I'm gonna put the shout out. It was Hitting the Turnbuckle who put a poster up saying, "Check out this show coming," and we had just fallen in love with UK wrestling, and Big Tony and I were like, "Look, let's do this," and it was so weird because I followed the journey on the map where to go, and a bit of a disclosure, my family do event decorating, so I was like, I know this venue. My mum done a wedding here once. It can't be here. And we checked, and I was like, wow. Oh. That was that. And that was a really amazing thing. I didn't even recognize the name. I was like, oh, wow, done that. And that was that. And we sat down and we're like, wow. And I know there are other companies that have done wrestling shows in the church, but we were just blown by this. We were like, wow. But it fits so well. And match after match on that card just blew us away. And we, as I said, we left. I remember we'd done a video that we didn't sadly publish, but it was an instant reaction like, guys, this venue behind us has just given us one heck of a show. It was one awesome show. Like, I'm wearing a t-shirt. That's to prove how much it is. I've got the poster that we purchased, got all the autographs. There was just such a vibe and a buzz of being there. And it was one of these things that hearing that there was going to be a first show was something that you always want to be part of. Like, if you have the opportunity to be at the first anything, it's going to be cool. But what we saw of that, we left with, this is the start of something. This is the start of something. There was, as you said, match after match. There's not one that we could be like, And what was also awesome for us was many of the talent there, again, we were new to UK wrestling, we'd not seen before. And it was like, wow. And I know there's a lot of Brit wrestlers like, how did you not know? How did you not know the Bounty Hunters? How did you not know this? Yes, I've been to Ignite, so I knew Tommy, I knew others. But one of the people that I've first saw at your show, and we'll bring it up shortly, was Nightshade. And I was blown by that match.
Yeah.
Awesome match.
She's a star.
Absolute huge star. And these are the things that go on with it. So we are grateful to you for that show and grateful for your time right now in what you're doing with this. So let's bring up this poster one more time, guys, because waste no time. It's this weekend, guys. We are talking Forged by the Fates, right? It's a top show, great card. And right now, with Hunter Lawrence, the promoter, one of the promoters of it, we're just going to go for a bit of a match rundown, guys. And, I talked about Nightshade. She took on Ronnie Knox at that show. And guess what? They're running it back. Nightshade versus Ronnie Knox too. Go for it. As I put up the posters, it's on you to just call it, sell it. It's all on you right now.
Rematch for the ages.
Yeah.
Rematch for the ages, baby. Oh, yeah. I'm a very big fan of both these workers, both Ronnie and Nightshade. They're incredible. They're incredible wrestlers. I feel like both wrestlers just keep getting bigger and better, and more since then. They've been yeah, like they've been nothing but on a roll, to be honest with you. And we were gonna yeah, we thought they had a great match in Battle of the Titans. We wanted to run it back again. And we wanted to just run it back, and I feel like it's time for Ronnie's redemption. She's been working for a year, working hard for a year now. She's been in like loads of big places. She's been continuously improving her craft, and I think she could potentially beat Nightshade, or will Nightshade show her dominance again and beat her again?
Yeah, for sure. But the first match was awesome. Can't wait to see if it's an even. And you know what? I always love a rubber match. So either way, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Yeah. Right. Here's another great match. Callie Gray versus Jack O'Grady. Tell us about this one. How did you guys come up with this one?
So, I think this is a first time match here. Both these men, they know each other very well. We all trained at Catch 22 under Mike Bird, and I know these two men very well. Both these men, they are cardio machines. Not even joking. Like, some people call me a cardio machine. Yeah, that I can agree with. But those two men, they don't stop. They don't stop, man. Like, they are they're incredibly fast, they're incredibly strong, and I think this one's going to be a very exciting one. First time, because at the last show you had Callie Gray. He had that match against Kieran Lacey, and it was a great match. And he unfortunately he went for the low blow, to cheat, where Lacey nearly had the win. But again, he just outsmarted him, defeated, low blowed him, hit him with the butterfly power driver, 1, 2, 3, and this is the first time that Jake O'Grady's going to be at SCW for Forged by the Fates. He's a very cool, laid back guy. He's a nice guy. He's very chilled, laid back. He wears all these colourful shirts. Wears the shades and everything. But in ring, he's a suplex machine. He's a suplex machine. He's very techy. He's very, he's fast and agile. And I think it could potentially throw off Callie Gray's game here. And I think with both these styles being somewhat very similar to one another, I think they would complement each other's style very well. For sure. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these both men will work and whatnot, and I think it'll be a great match, honestly.
Cool. Well, talking Callie Gray's former opponent, that's the next match we're going to talk about. Kieran Lacey versus El Piranha. This is I've seen Kieran. The mask alone has got me, El Piranha. So this is awesome. What can we expect from this match?
Well, expect there to be a lot of biting involved. Expect that, because El Piranha, he mostly is well known in Lucha Britannia, but this is his first time here in SCW. He's a great wrestler, great athlete. But he's also very sneaky. He's very he's often used. Everyone used the word bitey a lot. And he does bite a lot. Okay. He does bite a lot. He is a piranha. He's a piranha.
Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah.
And then you have Kieran Lacey, who's nothing but been killing it on the scene. They recently, they just had the finals in Pro Wrestling Noah with him and Mark True in the Super Junior Tag League. For Pro Wrestling Noah, and they've been nothing but undefeated up until then, and that they've been nothing but on a roll, and I generally cannot wait to see both these wrestlers clash one another, because it feels like two different styles in a way. It feels like two different styles. So I think El Piranha's and especially the dynamic as well. it's going to be a very different dynamic than what we're used to, but it's going to be, like it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. Because I think, because El Pirano, he's a very, again, very bitey, like a very. Trust me, I've wrestled him, and he does bite. I get beaten a lot. I get here, 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 here,
Oh
here.
wow! Jeez.
Off me, man. Off me.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm gonna have to catch out one of these matches along the way. Now, moving on to the next match, and you talked about one of El Pirana's opponents who's got bite marks all over it. I think you may know the man very well. One of them anyway, because I'm talking the Bounty Hunters taking on Catch Regiment. Let us know about that one. I'm sure you know quite a bit about the Bounty Hunters. Wink, wink.
Oh. Yes, that's a match I am very much looking forward to. I know these men like throughout my career. There's a lot of history there. I've wrestled Bauer, but I've wrestled Bauer in Lucha, and me and Harrison we used to team together as part of that football faction, but obviously we went off and separated and gone off to do we've accomplished a lot on our own kind of thing. And then I think this is also another first time match in terms of like tags as well, because I think recently, like Bauer and House and Payne, they've been on a roll. They've been doing they're still relatively new. They've been training at Hustle. They've been both training at Catch. They've been showing that nothing. It's like a mix of like technical and like dominance, like its strength, and and me and KMLM, we're normally known for being like flashy high flyers that are that strong, that big and whatnot, like we're quite fast and furious. So it's going to be again another clash of styles and matches. So this one, like it's going to be a lot of fun, but I think this is the win that me and KM need after the last one, to prove that we are one of the best tag teams in the country right now.
Looking forward to it. And best of luck to you in that match. Okay, next match we have Jack Landers versus Denzel Mack. What can we expect from this one?
A lot of high flying action. There. I expect a lot of that. Both men, great athletes, very very nice human beings. I think this is going to be a very respectful competition between those two. With Landers having the slight edge in terms of experience. He's someone that's very similar to me in terms of like how he started from wrestling in Norfolk as probably as a kid, and like Falling Star. And he's been wrestling for years and years and years, and recently did a Japan tour. Wrestled to Jury as well. And then you have Denzel Mack, who he's still very new, very fresh. And who trains really hard. He looks great. He is incredible in ring. I've been to training sessions where he has, his strength is ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous. Like when he does a military press, bear in mind, some people that are bigger than him makes it look easy as hell. And not only is he strong, but he is fast as well. And for someone, and he gets wrestling, he gets it, and he got it really quick. And and he has a very bright future ahead of him in terms of for the brick wrest scene. And I can confidently say that for sure.
Nice. I am looking forward to this. And I'm going to put the poster up, but I'm very much aware that it is now changed. So the advertised match was SCW champion Mark True versus Levi Muir. Now, at the last show, Mark had said when Levi's ready, he will give him a title shot. But sadly, we have some bad news, which I will let you disclose to us at this time, Hunter.
Yeah. This, unfortunately, Levi Muir, he injured his back over the weekend. It's a shame, but unfortunately, injuries do happen a lot in wrestling. A lot of cards are usually subject to change whenever these types of situations happen, and so I think we hope that Levi Muir recovers very, very soon, and if depending on whoever will replace him on this Saturday, if Mark True will still be champion, who knows? Maybe that match still could potentially happen.
Yeah.
Who knows? And Mark True, like he's our first ever SCW world champion. He is, again, just like what I said about Lacey. He is nothing but on a roll recently. He's been non-stop improving. He's been on a level. He's on a big level where he's at right now. And he's coming back. He'll be coming back from his Pro Wrestling Noah tour. He's got, and there's still quite a bit of big pressure around him because he doesn't know who he could potentially be facing now this Saturday. Yeah. Because before that he had this big, powerful man in Levi Muir that is known for his destruction, and he is he would there was a
condition for one thing, and it could be anything now. Is it a lucha libre? Is it another powerhouse? Is it a brawler? Is it yeah.
And that is something we shall find out in the coming few days for SCW.
So just in case Mark is watching, is there a hint of an opponent, or is it just going to be surprise on the night?
Ooh. That's a good question. It's a good question. That's a very good question. I guess this opponent is known for hitting his opponents really hard.
There you go, Mark. There you go. I had your back there, Mark. I've given you a little hint of what you could get ready for. Prepare yourself. Get conditioned for some stiff hits there. Okay, now just a few more things on SCW. One of them, how did you guys come up with the name?
Forged by the Fates.
Well, no, SCW, like the whole name of the company.
Oh, the whole name of the company. It's good. It's a good question. Thank you for asking. Supremacy. It was kind of like it was a way to there's Greek mythology theme, we have going, and this is something. It's something where me and both Tamara were really into, and and it was about, and we obviously we were all about we were all about people embracing all types of culture around it, and and we wanted to make sure that everyone there's representation for all types of culture, and be represented for who they are and who they who they really are, and we want to make sure that they embrace who they really want to be and who they are, and be happy. And we want to make sure that those these clash of different styles, and we wanted to make sure that it was we wanted that name that was impactful as well. We wanted a name that was impactful and it get people noticed as well. And there was quite a lot of embracing of cultures, and as well as embracing the Greek mythology themed to it. And we wanted to make sure we just wanted to be something cool and unique rather than just a generic wrestling name, whereas you know, I don't know, Bob's Bob's, you know, Wrestling Federation.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
I don't know, like
That's an awesome name. It's an awesome name, awesome logo, and that
thank you.
endorsing on it. I love it. I love it.
Honestly,
So I'm guessing that's also how like Forged by the Fates came with that Greek mythology side to it as well.
yeah, and like forged by the Fates, there's like the Sisters of Fates in Greek mythology. You know how they all decide what type of fate that any type of like Greek god, or like what kind of like, or even human they go through in whatnot. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what the fates have in stored for every wrestler that's on the card?
Love it. I love it. That's awesome. As a fan of Greek mythology as well, I'm all over this. I'm all over that. Another question: as wrestlers going into being promoters, what were some of the challenges or some of the stuff that you didn't expect on the journey when setting up a promotion?
I think it was probably I think it's just probably a lot to do with maybe at the flying. There's a lot of like there's like the ticket sales. There's I think there's just everything really. There's so much like that you have to think of as well, and like like we're very like me and Tamara, we're very business driven, and we want to make sure that every little thing we do, we want to make sure we get it right, and we want to make sure it's correct. Like it was just, I think it was just, I guess at first it was the venue, but then luckily we had the venue called to us.
Yeah,
that kind of just came to us. I guess it was fate.
Like Forged by the Fates.
like yeah, like I think that there was so many different types of challenges, and I guess it's always the last minute decisions that I've learned as a promoter that literally don't. I think it's more like it's don't always be set in stone for what it could for what it is. It's more like like you could always think outside the box. It's always thinking outside the box. How could like because if there's a one thing going in this direction, we want to make sure it goes in the other direction as well. In terms like we want to make sure that everything is going smoothly. We want to make sure we adapt as well, because we can't, because unfortunately not everything in wrestling goes like smoothly as it always seems like it does. Like and I'm sure that WWE have constantly have last minute changes every week. Like in TNA, there's New Japan, AEW, like and they all have it. Like it's nothing ever runs so smoothly. Like, and you can say the same for every indie promotion out there. And it's just about it's just about how can we, how can we always think outside the box and think of ways of adapting as well. And that's kind of one of the biggest things I've learned really. Like
awesome.
It's just a lot of last minute things that we would have to sort out, like even today, like a few days before the show kind of thing. If that makes any sense. Like just anything you have to think. There's so much to think about. Like in it, like genuinely, it gives me like a mind game thinking about, but in a good way.
Yeah. No, I know the feeling. No, but well done to you. And look, this is me because I'm a fan of it. We've seen the Bounty Hunters, we've seen the Rebellion, Catch Regiment are coming. Will we be seeing an SCW tag title? Is that something you guys are thinking of in the future? Or is it going to stick at like a singles title? I mean, I know some companies that are very happy with the singles titles alone. Is a tag title something we could look forward to from yourselves?
That it's something we have thought of and discussed about in the potentially in the future. It may not be now, but definitely there's definitely talks about it having the tag titles in the future, as well as a women's championship or a mid card championship. We've always there's always going to be new things that will come up every show. The more it comes to
Awesome.
And,
I love that.
And I'm a big championship design fan. I'm a big belt mark as well, so I love it. So
cool. This is what I love to hear.
Yeah.
Guys, you've heard all about it right now. You've heard the card. You've heard how it all came about. So I'm going to give the stage one more time to Hunter Lawrence to tell you about Forged by the Fates. We're going to a few days to get your tickets, guys. So make sure you listen for the link to know how to get this. Hunter Lawrence, the floor is yours.
we have got 6 incredible matches with incredible talent in Survey Centre community, like in South London. We have got world SCW world champion Mark True, Kieran Lacey. We have got Callie Gray, Nightshade, Jack Landers. More to come this Saturday evening. You make sure you get your tickets now to endure the atmosphere of incredible action.
That's the one, guys. The link is below, so don't feel like, oh, I didn't get a pen and paper, I need to pause it. Click the link below. Buy your tickets. Do not miss out. Get yourself a t-shirt too. Get yourself one
of these bad boys.
That's the one. Look, as I said, guys, Forged by the Fates is going to be a big one. The ministry were down for the first show. We loved it so much so that we had to get the promoter down to ask, when is it? What is it? How can we be involved? No, we love it. And I promise you guys, it's going to be a great show. Do not miss it. You'll be dissing yourselves. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're in London, which I won't be this weekend, sadly, if you're in London, get yourself down there and enjoy some good wrestling, some Supremacy wrestling. In fact, that's the one. Okay, from seeing you at the first SCW show, following the journey of SCW, I'm pumped for the show. I encourage everyone to click that link below. Please get yourself down there. Do you know what? Before you do that, click the other link below and watch the previous matches to tune you up for the upcoming show. SCW is not to be slept on, man. It's a great show. And I encourage everyone to get down there. Hopefully one of the ministry will be down there. But either way, we will definitely be at the third show. Just give us the date. I'm booking everything off. I'm telling everyone, get lost. That's where I'm going to be at. That's how much I'm endorsing SCW, guys. So until the next time, this is the one AJ with the one and only Hunter Lawrence.
There we go.
That's the one. We got it going. So guys, do check it out. Hunter Lawrence, thank you so much for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure. And best of luck this Saturday.
Thank you for having me. This was such a pleasure. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Ministry of Wrestling, for having me on there. I would love to do another interview again very soon.
We'll call you back for sure.
Yeah, and yeah. Thank you for having me on here. This was such a blast, honestly.
Great stuff. Okay, guys, we out. To the next time. See you.
Make sure you subscribe.
Hey, thank you.